Does the thought of shooting street photography make you want to crawl back into bed and pull the cover over your head? Does the idea of actually asking a stranger to take their picture make you break out in a cold sweat? Hi, this is Les from Les Gold Photo. Over the next 15 minutes or so, let's discuss ways to make street photography actually a fun way to take pictures and take the sweat out of asking people to pose for you. Let's talk about the what, the why, the who, and how. Well, what is street photography? Well, it's not pictures of streets. It's all about people. It is all about capturing people in everyday situations, telling a story in a single frame. It doesn't necessarily even have to be on a street. Street portrait has a narrative. It should create an emotional connection between the photographer and the viewer. Well, taking a picture of an ordinary person performing an ordinary act of daily life in an ordinary public place, and then creating an extraordinary story in one frame. Well, there's different types of street photography. You can have candid or posed. You can have close-up or environmental context. You can get a grab shot or a permission to take a portrait. So, for example, with candids, you could use a long lens and stand half a mile away. You could use a remote control. You can grab a shot as you walk past. And you could even just angle a picture and then not even let them know you're taking it. This gentleman sitting in a park in Cuba, I took the shot. He was maybe 5 feet away from me, never saw the camera. This gentleman was also in a park in Cuba. He saw me. We nodded to each other, smiled, and got this great shot of him. This was a shot at the Pride Parade in New York City. He was only too happy to pose when he saw the camera. Now, a posed portrait can be just an eye contact, a gesture, a smile. Extreme is the Brandon Stanton's Humans of New York. He gets a short bio and chats and finds out all about the person. You can show the person their picture and ask if they'd like a copy. Give them your card, let them contact you. You can get their information or give them yours. Now, you can get a great candid shot. This was a young lady who was posing for a photographer in San Francisco. Now, it's a beautiful shot, but look at the difference where we make eye contact. What a difference in the picture. This is a candid. Here's where we actually were looking at each other. Now, you can either take a single shot or a series of photos. If you're taking a series, use a movie technique. Go for a wide establishing shot. Go closer to show your subject and show them interacting with their surroundings. Then go in for details. But why? Why do you want to take street photography? Well, it's a type of photojournalism. You can do a social documentary to have a theme. It's poetic. You're immortalizing a slice of life. You can tell a story about a person, a place, and a specific time or location. You also become so much more aware of the people and activities around you. It really is fun. Now, who can you take pictures of? Well, subjects, start with low-hanging fruit. Go where everyone has a camera, like a tourist location. Go for street performers. Toss a couple of dollars in their bucket, and you can take all the pictures you want. You can comment on people's clothing, on their appearance. For example, I commented on her checkered coat and asked her if we could have a game of chess afterwards. She thought it was funny. This young lady walked by and I said, "Wow, that's a great hat. Can I get your picture?" 2 hours later, she saw me again and asked, "Do you want another picture?" This couple, I said, "Boy, did you get dressed to match the table and chairs? Her red and black just matched perfectly." They loved the picture and asked me to send them samples. Pets. Oh, perfect. Everybody wants to pose with their pets. That's low-hanging fruit. You can really get that. How about people with cameras? "Hey, that's a real camera. Let me see your camera." Oh, always open to showing their cameras. Some people really get into photography and make it part of them. people who are flamboyant, dressed for the occasion. They want to be noticed. They love it when you take their picture. They'll never get a no. Some people, well, they don't want to have their picture taken. Other people, you ask them to smile, and boy, will they give you a smile. If they say no, just smile, move on. Now, this guy was thrilled to have me take his picture. The keyboard player, she loves having her picture taken. Well, I ran into her a year later, and I showed her the pictures, and she loved it. She says, I'd never come out good in pictures, but I like myself in this picture. This guy caught me taking a sneak picture of him. He jumped up, ran around me with his phone, and go click, 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 click. How do you like it if I take your picture? I laughed, threw a couple of bucks in his bucket, and sat there and got some great shots of him. Well, one thing you want to avoid is homeless people, people in distress, drunks. Stay away. Don't take pictures of kids unless you have their parents' consent. Another way is to just shoot where people are gathering. This photo was taken of the sunset. Young lady never knew I was taking her picture. This was also a sunset shot. However, my primary was the two ladies enjoying a beer on the dock. Again, they never knew I was taking their picture. Now, this fellow and the young lady with him were not thrilled when they saw my camera. I stopped, turned around to them and said, "Hey, how about a smile?" All of a sudden, thumbs up, and they're good to go. Bring along a card. It's helpful. You can show them, number one, that you are legitimate. Number two, they can contact you if they want their picture. This was a new card I tried, and people seem to be responding better to this because it says it all. It's just for fun. I'm not out looking to sell them anything or do anything. Now, when you're taking a picture, you want to follow all the regular rules of photography. You want to have a good defined subject. You want to look at your composition, all the regular, quote, rules. Rule of thirds, leading lines, negative space, frames, yada, yada, yada. Try to incorporate those. You're telling a story. Now, you can make, take, or steal one of these pictures. When I talk about making one, you interact. You tell them why you're interested. What was it that interested you about them? Wow, that's a fantastic mustache. Can I get your picture? Choose your subjects wisely. What is it about them that you think will make a great picture, that will make other people want to look at it? Go to a busy place, let people come to you. I got a secret. There's a magic word. Hi, smile. Or just turn around and smile. So, yeah, you can get that. Always be ready. This guy walked by me to the museum and I said, "Wow, it's a great outfit. Can I get your picture?" Boom, he posed. Boom, he was gone. The whole thing was less than 3 seconds. So, yeah, get the camera ready, get in there, get your settings ready, thank them, offer to give them a card. So the other way to do it is a steal. And one of my favorites is a lens fake. If you know what a head fake is in basketball, you look like you're going one way, but you're going the other way. I wanted to get a picture of this young lady coming down the steps. I just kept holding the camera up, kept shooting, kept shooting. She didn't know I was taking her picture, and kept shooting till she went by. So one of the things that you could do is not look at your camera. Don't chimp. You take the picture and naturally you want to look at her photo And that gives the person the idea that you took their picture. You want to have your camera ready. You want to grab the shot. This guy walked by me in New York City. I said hello. I said, are you going to work? We chatted for 2 seconds. He said, here, I'll pose for you. Boom, it was in and out in 2 seconds. So what should you do for gear? Well, a lot of people tell you good books and good shoes are better than the camera. Take a look at books. What do you like about other people's photographs? Are they tight crops? Are they faces only? Or is it someone interacting with their environment? Is there a theme? As far as cameras go, try to be innocuous and don't come in with a huge DSLR and a huge lens that everybody's going to see. A small mirrorless camera, a little rangefinder like the Fuji X100 is great. Maybe if you're starting off, try it with a cell phone. Nobody's threatened by people shooting with cell phones. Everybody's doing it. If you have a choice of lenses, go with a wide-angle prime. They're smaller, they're faster, and you can react much faster with a prime than trying to crop or zoom in with a zoom. Your best bet is a prime, maybe a 35 on a crop, and just go with it real fast. So as far as settings go, I try to keep it pretty fast. 1/180th or 1/250th of a second, because you never know what's going on. You can let your ISO float. I try to keep the f-stop, the aperture, on manual, so I can decide whether I want to blur the background or include more background in there. Try to keep it on manual. This was a nice picture of a beach on Long Island that I took and let the camera go full manual. By adjusting the settings, that exact same scene looks like this. This is a scene on a beach in Cuba. Again, manual setting. Nice sunset shot. Doing it manually, boom, you get this shot. So practice with your manual, learn what to do with it. And the most important thing, get out there, practice, do it all over again. Once you get past asking your first stranger for a picture, man, it becomes nice and easy, and it becomes fun. One other photo hint that has nothing to do with this: whenever you pop a new memory card in your camera, put down some information on there. I usually shoot the first 6 or 7 frames with this information. I put the date that I started it, and this way if somebody finds your camera, there's a chance they may take a look at it and find you there. So lots of great fun out there. Go out, enjoy yourselves, have fun with it, and go out and shoot the street.